3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Geneset Rising. I am your host, your DM, Pep, and I'm joined by my lovely players. We got Bernier as Goop Daddy, Robert as Borbo, or maybe Glorpo, Brent as Rowan, and we got two new old faces. Simon and CJ, you want to describe the characters you'll be playing today?
We're not going to jump right in and tell them when we see them.
Okay, we can wait. Keep some secrets. But today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to take a jump back into the past a few weeks ago before reaching the island on a beautiful sunny day aboard the Curio Nimbus. As we make our way to the island of Geneset, a little sneak peek on the voyage there. So it's a pretty calm day. The winds are nice. The sun's in the sky. You've just passed a cluster of islands, part of what is known as the Root Sea Archipelago. And if you'd like, you could all roll me a little history check if you know of this place. Borbo, however, does know. You're from one of the islands of the archipelago.
An 11.
Steaming hot 11.
14.
Very nice.
The infinity symbol, but if you turn it.
Of course. 8 small gates. Solve 8 dates. It's fine. It's a Blueprints reference. You wouldn't get it. So, with the 11, you know that the islands here are formed from the giant roots off of a larger landmass known as Solitus. And the entire land mass is formed of these roots of this great big malicious-looking forest. It might even be chittering, some say. And and so all sorts of critters and creatures and stuff live on these islands. And the islands farthest out, the ones that you have sort of passed, are also afflicted by elemental storms. And so they often each have a different, distinct elemental temperance. Borbo comes from one of these islands that is prominently consumed by rain and water. Just a little peek into Borbo's past. You got anything to say about your home island, Borbo?
This is news to me, actually. I'm taking notes for my own backstory. No,
not supposed to say that part out loud.
Well, it actually works out perfectly. I can imagine maybe like his affinity for water could be related to just like the natural watery nature of the island. Maybe like areas that are like submerged in water or swamp-like. Definitely would match his personality for sure.
A pig out of water. All right. So you guys have just sort of passed by those islands. Maybe a couple days passed. The captain had a small little order to deliver, and now you guys are back out at sea. The day is yours. What is everyone doing aboard the ship midday? Where are you stationed? Who are you with? What are you doing?
If no one's hurt, Rowan won't be tending to them, and instead he's probably keeping Gilbert company while Gilbert prepares meals. Partially because he likes keeping Gilbert company, and partially because it smells like food.
Perfect. So let's start with that. Let's start with you. You're in the kitchen with Gilbert. Would anybody else like to be joining on this little snippet?
I think Borbo would be just like laying wherever he could in like the coldest part of the ship, and I'm assuming like the kitchen's kind of like underneath the dock, right? So like a corner of the kitchen, he's just laying down wherever he could fit and try and getting like the cold wood, trying to keep him cool.
Yeah, you're pressed up against the corner where the ice box is situated, and the slight bit of cold that comes off of it is keeping you refreshed. Somehow Gilbert just sort of like lets you. You're in a corner that's not really too obstructive, so he hasn't really paid you much mind.
I think Rowan's there. Gilbert, try not to walk on Borbo. I don't know if he likes it when you do that. He probably is walking right on top of you to get some ice.
It's like, huh? What was that? And he's like on his belly. He's like reaching over some stuff and pulling out like this little tea set you see, and he hops off. And when he jumps off, and he's like all lopsided because he's got his peg leg, but it always catches him, and it just sort of pushes him back upright and hobbles over to the table, puts it down, and sets one of the stoves on and starts boiling some water.
My goodness, is that that's the third time we've had this meal this week? We don't have anything new.
Yeah, well, that one over there is going to do the fishing.
Borbo can
Points over
feel
at Borbo.
Rowan's gaze on the back of his head.
He opens like one of his eyes, like pretending to sleep, and then he looks up, like, "What's all the ruckus?"
As soon as your mouth opens, Gilbert tosses a little sugar cube into your mouth.
Into my nostril.
Sure.
Borbo tries to use the heat of his nostril to like melt it.
Okay, make me a Constitution save.
Yeah.
Snorting sugar. Don't do that.
Don't do that at home, kids.
My experience is snorted.
Oh, that's gonna take some getting used to.
I rolled a
little bit of booger sugar.
Wait, tuna. What was that?
Oh, I rolled a 19 on Is that better?
Oh, yeah, 19. Perfect. Okay, yeah. You just suck it right in. Delicious.
He's a party animal.
At the door, Trevor Boom.
Yeah, well, you got any more of that stuff for me? Big guy.
Sure. Takes a little like little teacup saucer, and stacks a couple of sugar cubes and slides it across the island towards you.
I put my hand on it to stop it, but also like onto the sugar cubes, and then they kind of just like soaks into my hand.
That's an amazing visual. Do you get like a spike of energy after absorbing the sugar? Like a little kid one was like on drink after eating Skittles or something?
No.
Okay.
Sugar doesn't affect me at all. I don't know what this is.
He's just real different.
What's the point of these granular cubes?
I thought you liked them. You're always asking for them.
Well, I see everybody else eating them. I don't know.
Yeah, you take tea. Rowan, you want some tea?
Yes, I'd love some tea.
All right. Hey, and he sees a couple of folks walking past the kitchen, and he calls out, and he goes, "Hey, you two, come in here. You want some tea?" And two individuals walk in.
Two thugs.
Two thugs, one might say.
I'm assuming that's myself.
Your cue.
You assume correct.
All right. So, yes, this thug-like individual walks into the kitchen.
Life individual.
You see a 3'11" gray-skinned gnome walk up, kind of skinny in robes, bald, walks in.
Oh, yes. I think some tea will do just fine. Thank you
All
kindly.
right. How about you? And he points to the
You
taller one behind the gnome. Right at you. With the kitty face.
Okay, all right. I got the keys here. Yes, so he is pointing at a slightly buff feline. What's the word that we use? Mutation. Mutated humanoid. Wearing like a newspaper boy hat, some overalls, a little wife beater, some checkered pants, and a pair of holy loafers, not of the pious kind. By the name, a name that we all know. In fact,
Well, Gilbert goes, Levi, Caspian, what kind of tea do you like?
there we
Oh, whatever you have.
Whatever you got that's
that
strong.
works fine.
Oh, yeah, actually, I don't know why I'm asking. I know how you like it, Levi. And he doesn't even pour you tea. He just pours you some whiskey and just slides it across.
What is that you're having? Looks, smells interesting. Different from any of the drinks I've ever had.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Rowan, back off, you firecracker. Gotta be careful with that stuff.
Back off, be careful. It only fuels my curiosity for something.
I guess today's the day we're doing this, huh? Okay, give me a second. I gotta prep the tea for the captain, and then we can go and give you a shot.
Shots. That's something reserved. Many people don't like shots in the medical field. Looks over at Trevor. You ever had to have a shot? Doesn't seem compatible with your biology. Trevor.
I think he's talking to you there, Sonny.
He's muted.
My biology. Wow. I'm willing to try anything twice.
Kirsch,
I'm no scientist, but where's the bottle? Is the bottle still out on the table?
I don't know if
With the whiskey. he's
Yeah,
also-
but Gilbert has it in his hands at the moment.
Oh.
He's like,
Well,
hold on to it. Like, hey, you want some too? Okay, well,
I'll be like,
no tea.
look over
Then
there.
everybody gets a shot.
Can I try and sleight of hand him to just have the bottle?
Sure, yeah. How
Uh,
are you gonna... No, go ahead.
I'm gonna prestidigitate, or I'll minor illusion like a little mouse. I'll say, "Oh, what's that?" And then I'll just snatch it from him.
Okay, sees the mouse and like puts the bottle onto the countertop and starts like beating at it with a rag.
And then I try and take it.
You take it.
Oh, I don't have to roll nothing?
You got him. He hates mice.
Okay. I just stick it upside down in my head.
Oh, come on.
Is that
Oh,
the
you're gonna-
100-year-old whiskey?
And then I think it's like in you, but then it's like barely even.
Bloop.
Really, yeah, it's like very, very.
Nothing yet.
All right. Well, don't waste it. Borbo, do you want the whiskey or you want some tea?
I want some whiskey.
Yeah, a bunch of sailors you are, huh? All right. Well, I'm gonna make myself some tea.
Pass it to Borbo.
Keeps the Tommy rolling and ready for the next bat. And he just licks like the bottle, like, actually a little like,
Oh god.
and,
Borbo.
no, like
Wow, Borbo.
like he had an intimate moment with the bottle, but not like to impress anyone. It was just like his ritual.
We
you know?
know. We know. Yeah.
But that's it. You guys could use your imagination for that one.
What the actual glob?
So yeah, everyone there sees Borbo make out with the bottle that's being passed around.
I call it the snout cleaner.
I mean, I kind of did the same thing in my own way, so.
Yeah. The sounds we're hearing right now, that's Borbo.
That's Borbo.
Like I imagine Borbo cleaning his nose with a bottle because his fingers are too big to fit into his nostril. That's how I imagine the backstory of this situation.
Are you like nose boofing? What's happening?
No, but that's what he. Anyways, let's get next conversation.
Somebody snatch the bottle from him, please.
Do I know? Do we have more bottles?
There's
on deck?
more bottles. There's plenty of bottles.
Good.
Sorry about that. Ava was thirsty.
No, wait, everyone, listen. Okay, Rowan here's got to try some, but as a count of his fire
Tuition.
is a little bit dangerous down here. So let's bring him up above board, huh?
You sure about this, Rowan?
I didn't know it was so dangerous, but I'm pleased to be amongst companions when I'm trying something that could. How is it flammable? I'm already like trying to make my way upstairs.
You'll see.
We should all do shots.
Yeah,
I've never had whiskey before either, but I know that shots are a thing people do.
Again, the biology of it.
And Gilbert's going to bring up the tea set. He's got a little tea set for the captain ready. And he brings another bottle. Borbo, you have one bottle. It's like sticking out of your nose. And he brings another unopened bottle. And he brings it up. He meets the captain on the deck. I assume everyone follows. And the captain's there at the helm. And he walks up to him and goes, your afternoon tea, Captain. Gilbert, thank you. Much needed. I was starting to drift away. I think it's time for me afternoon nap. Huh? And he hands him the tray and he goes, thank you, Gilbert. All right, the lot of you. You know how it is. When I take my nap, I don't wake up to nothing. And that means that Felnir up there, and he points up to the crow's nest, and there's this like really edgy looking like bird guy sitting on the crow's nest. He hasn't budged the entire journey. And he goes, he's in charge. All right.
I thought he was
take care
a
of my ship.
statue.
And he squeezes down into his captain's quarters. And he closes the door behind him.
So you said squeezes down. I'm just like,
yeah, it's like little like dwarf-sized doors. Closes them behind him.
incredible. All right. So what? How am I going to be? Perhaps the two of you should show us. And I look at the two newcomers to our group of conversation. I haven't interacted much before. I'm quite curious as to the two of you.
Are you talking about Lewis and Billy?
What?
Who's Lewis and Billy?
Was
The tall
that your
cat is
name?
Lewis, and Billy's the small boy.
There's always one of your type on these ships, I swear. Now, me and Caspian, you get to know us, especially with a little bit more of this liquor. So why don't we show you?
I've actually been around this, sir. I've been in the sick bay, just managing the herbs, making sure that everything's been filled and stocked.
Warpo goes down.
But maybe you, with your height, you didn't see me being so diminutive.
You do God's work, don't you? Making those fish taste good.
No, I was talking to the
It's like
furry
petting him,
one,
like thank you
actually.
as like a missionary. Those fish are nothing without you.
Oh, well, I haven't seen you too much in the sick bay, Mr. Pig, sir. I meant more the one with the wings over there. He's come around every now and then.
Indeed, I must. The health of this crew is one of my top priorities.
It's mighty fine of you.
Hold on, is this liquor, is this whiskey healthy?
It can be. It's medicinal in a sense.
Oh, good. Then, yes, let's have some medicine at least.
All right,
Enjoy.
2 rounds of medicine it is.
Just take a sip of the teacup that I had taken from the kitchen.
Gilbert pops the cork. He's got a couple little glasses. Passes them around. You and your teacup. Would you like some?
Of course.
Caspian.
A little bit. I'm soupçon.
He just puts a little bit for you. Orbo.
Yes, please.
Doesn't he have a fucking full bottle? Yeah.
In his nose.
It helps with my deviated septum.
Can you,
Gilbert, I
make
reckon he's
another-
had more than enough for one opportune night as such.
What's the bottle? The label on the bottle? Is it like a how saucy is this alcohol? Like is it very old? Is it like a very
You know, like the
popular brand?
percentage, or like how good it is?
It's like
Unlabeled
it's
moonshine,
like Sailor's Swill. It's not the greatest stuff. It's
That's the make? Sailor's Swill?
Sailor's Swill.
Fuck yeah.
But it's kind of cheap. It's like you can get like big quantities of it in one stop, and usually like unannounced too. You know.
You get it unannounced?
Well, like you
It
just show up
shows up.
to like the port. You're like, I want your biggest barrel, and they'll give you one of those. You know, where it's like the fancier stuff, you might have to go to a special location or something.
Got it.
Yeah.
I actually make my own whiskey. He pulls out a small bottle. And it says Borbo's Boon. And it's like, you know, those sample shots. Anyone want to try?
No, what's that made of? What the process is to make it? You keeping that below deck? You keeping that in your pants?
My hometown to know this. We just passed it, actually.
Borbo's Boom or Borbo's Boom?
Boon.
Oh, Boom. I would have been willing if it was Borbo's Boom.
I reach out my hand, Rowan he takes your small bottle, uncorks it, and gives it a smell. What does it smell like?
Like straight hot sauce. It's like Frank's Red Hot mixed with like a little bit of like it's basically like a hot sauce shot. If anyone's ever had that before, it's kind of like pretty revolting, but it's just like a little spike of energy kind of thing. Anyway.
I mean, someone we all
Rowan
usually
knows
know
all
that
about
up their
that.
nose once.
Yeah, very vinegary.
It's supposed to be good for a fish. That's like the purpose that he has it. It's like his little hot sauce creation.
We'll just add it to the swill, and I'll put up my cup.
Well, Rowan's already tongue out.
And
Some
for
hot sauce
Rowan
in
in
his tongue.
particular, since you like spicy things, this is actually a boon for you. So your next roll will have advantage.
Borbo's Boom.
But
Hey.
so exciting. I feel alive. Kind of like one of those, what do they used to call them? The alchemist's 5-hour energy. That was a crazy day.
Okay, settle down there, Rowan. Hey, you need something to wash it down. And he gives you a shot and he goes, steady hands now.
Yes. There's a custom cheering, I think, amongst everyone. And so I propose a toast to our captain and the crew.
A toast to nap time.
To the sea.
Dink. And,
Woo!
Rowan, can you give me a constitution save?
Oh, no.
Fairly simple, DC 12.
DC 12, okay.
Your first shot.
Caspian will kind of having heard Gilbert's kind of like caution that Rowan has a fire core, kind of just like taps Rowan, I guess, on like the back of his like shin. I don't know what he can reach, or like on the hand, and gives him guidance.
Gives me guidance. All right, I'll add a D4. And you see, like, Rowan makes like a very like face when it comes in. Do I have to use the boon on my next roll, or do I save it for when I want it? It would be the next one. That's
it would be the next roll. It's a boon. Yeah, it's not like inspiration or something.
Okay, incredible. Well then, so I got a 19 plus 4 on the guidance, so 23.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you keep it down. How do you like it?
This speaks to myself in an interesting, kind of like rubbing my chest a little. It's burning on the way down, and well, I feel suddenly like I want like some more, perhaps. How much of this medicine can you drink in a day? What's the dosage?
Well, that really depends on the person. Everyone has a different tolerance.
Yes, by weight. Quite right. That's a good one, Caspian. I should consider that.
It's not by weight. It's by spirit. It's deep in your soul how much you could drink. I've seen some gnomes and dwarves drink more than me.
Oh, as much I don't know about the world.
Yeah, as long as you don't go overboard, the captain won't care.
This is perfect. Another verse for your song. Rowan's battle with addiction has commenced. Rowan Alebelly, a new name for a new chapter.
Battle with addiction. I've had a single serving of this.
Yes, yes.
Let me tell you,
Perfect.
I shan't find myself overboard the ship anytime soon, Gilbert. That won't happen. Plus,
It's
I have
good,
wings.
Rowan. It will relate you with the small folk.
And you see Gilbert kind of like walks away from the group, just like a few steps away, and he's, hunched over and he's grabbing some things on the like the railing of the ship, and he goes, "Whoa, don't speak up too soon now, Rowan. You never know what might happen." And he's pulling up, and he pulls up a bucket of water, and he puts it down, and he takes a second one, and he goes, "Hey, Levi, here, take this." And he hands you one of the buckets of water. And then he goes and he pours another shot. And he looks at you, Rowan, and everyone's kind of like a few feet away from you, and he throws it at you. And you light up into flames. And he goes, "Oh!" And then he immediately tosses the water onto you.
My goodness! I was... What was that?
Oh my God. Whew. You're like a Molotov cocktail.
Does that ignite just on my fur? Was it on fire in my mouth?
The whole thing was on fire.
It's all that baby oil.
I just look up at Borbo. What?
What are you getting up to, Gilbert?
But just just a little, you're just showing them how it's done, you know?
Experiment. That's.
I've seen it before. I've seen it happen with Genementals before. So this first shot, you know.
Was this a drop, right? A drop into a bucket of water, and then he threw
No. The water was there to douse him. He just
okay.
tossed the shot on his core and.
Yeah, he baptized me with alcohol.
I guess that means you can't spill.
I think Rowan is just like, this is kind of incredible. Do it again.
Okay. He gets another bucket. And you notice that there's no char marks on the deck or anything. Like the ship itself is fairly magical. It doesn't seem like this is too big of a danger, you know. But everyone tosses buckets on you.
Does it hurt?
I dodged the bucket this time. I
dodged
the water. I think Rowan was like wants to see if it does hurt. It's immediately what Trevor asked, and it's like, oh, like I'm on fire. Like, does it just burn up the alcohol, or does it ignite me in like an interesting fire way?
So you do get hurt, but it's just for 1 damage. You do have resistance to fire, and yeah, once the alcohol sort of like burns off, it goes away.
My goodness, that was incredible. See, Gilbert, the water wasn't even necessary.
You know, that might be a good trick. We stick you in one of the cannons. Launch you at any broadsided pirates.
I mean, how much of that alcohol do you have?
Got quite a bit.
Firewater, indeed.
All right.
Well, I could do this all day, apparently. So is this what we're up to?
Oh, I could keep going. A Borbo. Boom. Pulls the bottle out of your nose. Didn't have the decency to finish it. I mean, let's use this for the firebombing.
I agree.
For the shots?
Does anybody else want to try?
I'd rather not be a firebomb, thank you.
I'd love to.
All right. Well, here you go. And he hands the bottle back to you.
I burp, and then you hear the bloop, like as it goes back.
And as this is going on, up on the crow's nest, you hear the voice of Falnir as he just calls down, and he goes, "We're under attack," and he flies away.
That's the bird? The bird
guy? Did you just
Levi.
fly away to not help?
Levi, I get the others ready. I fly up to the crow's nest if I can see what we're under attack from, because he gave us no fucking details.
Yeah, you fly up to the crow's nest. You can make me a perception check. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go up to Borbo, take it out of his nose, slap him across the face. Come on, get up, get serious. We're under attack. No time for this. And I gotta throw it overboard.
All right.
You hear from the crow's nest, "Ah, my eyes!"
His broken glass.
So high.
There was some more alcohol. I pulled the
He
down
died.
button.
The crow's nest is on fire.
Shit.
What do you see?
So yeah, what'd you get?
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Oh,
I looked down.
Well,
and
that makes sense. That makes
Treasure flames.
You don't see anything. You're too busy kind of putting yourself out.
is there anything we can see on land though? Like on like the main level, is there anything we can see?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone on the ship can make a perception check if you want, but that will be what you're doing in this moment.
I'll send a message to whichever crewmate I can find on the ship that I can see.
Mhm.
and tell him to go alert the others.
Yeah, and so like almost immediately there's like a ding, 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 like a bell, warning bell on the ship. Crew members start to take their positions.
Rowan's got another boon, by the way, for being on fire from Slushy.
Very nice.
Thank you, Sashi.
So the there are those that are manned at the cannons, ready in case there's the ship on the horizon, or just sort of waiting for the next either warning or message, or just to see what's about to happen. And then there's a few of the crew member on deck, ready and kind of just like waiting, sort of like by the edges with ropes, manning the sails, keeping with the wind in the sails so that the ship can go as quickly as possible. Is anyone else making perception checks?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
I'm gonna give Borbo and Rowan. Oh, can I? Well, I don't know if I can do that. I'll give Rowan a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm doing so by playing like kind of like jazzy music, but like with an upbeat kind of drum and bass like kind of beat going on in the background, and like the tempo's rising.
Mhm. Sick. All right, Rowan's buffed up with a boon and a bardic inspiration.
Could
So-
stop me except the fire that is literally burning my eyeballs right now.
Levi, what did you get?
11.
And Borbo also got an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the two of you don't really notice anything. Everyone's kind of at the ready, sort of waiting. Rowan, the fire eventually goes out, and you catch a glimpse of something, Rowan,
I catch
just as it's coming at you. There's an object like coming straight towards you. Now you have a moment here to do something if you want, but something is coming and is about to make direct contact, or going to make contact with the crow's nest.
You ever watch Haikyuu?
Yeah.
Definitely.
You gotta spike it.
Spike it down to the deck.
Could Warble,
All right.
Not to the ocean.
could Warble volley it? If he sees it in time and goes
Well-
completely for the little.
It's a
This thing
bump.
that's coming at the crow's nest, right as you go to confront it, and you slap it. You barely even have like a chance to really see it. As you hit it, it's this hard object, and it is hot for just a brief moment, and you realize that it is a cannonball, and it is going to explode as soon as you hit it. And so it's going to hit you directly.
Warble's like this, like expecting the volley, but
Yeah,
it
just get
explodes.
it ready down there.
Just an explosion at the crow's nest.
Oh my god.
I mean, you have like a really good view of like from under Rowan as it blows up right in his face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you're going to take 17 points of fire damage.
Okay. That puts me at a +2 fire currently.
Okay.
Because I took the 1 point from the whiskey.
Yeah, and so that just sort of comes out of nowhere. And at this moment, as that explosion goes off, can everybody roll me initiative?
A commanding 9 for Trevor.
16.
Okay, wait. I'll ask one at a time here. Okay, Trevor with a commanding 9. Borbo, what'd you say, 16? Borbo, 16. Levi?
17.
17. How is it pronounced?
Levi.
Levi jeans. Okay.
Yeah, lack of jeans.
Mr. Strauss and Co.
Caspian
18.
and Rowan.
15.
Nice. Okay. Okay.
Wait, you said I took 17 points of fire damage. Was that halved already?
No, that was not halved.
Okay.
That was not halved.
Just making sure, because if it was, that was pretty rough.
Maybe it was a cannonball.
Canonically, getting hit by a cannonball. Pretty rough.
Does
All right.
somewhat explosive.
As the explosion goes off, Rowan, did you stay on the crow's nest, or do you fall to the deck, or are you flying? What's happening? Just to know where you are positionally.
Rod?
Sorry, you were talking to me. I was right in the middle of reading an ability.
My bad.
Yes, I was up near the crow's nest, flying still when you shot that at me. So I think I'm still in the air, and I'm facing the direction that it came from, because it got me almost right in the face. So I think the very first thing Rowan does after getting hit with fire damage, feeling that flaming attack energy within him and getting hurt, especially, caution goes out the window. I'm gonna bonus action rage, and then give myself the eagle rage again, which gives me just a little bit longer, a little bit more speed, and race towards where the cannonball came from.
Okay,
And
so we'll hold on your movement for your actual turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can rage at this, and then at the start of the round, since you're still up at the crow's nest, you see in the direction where that cannonball came from. There's kind of like this low hanging cloud. Maybe now it's like a little bit suspiciously low hanging, and there's this thing that begins to kind of like push out from the bottom of it, and there's like this big flying machine kind of like comes out. All of a sudden it's making this racket as soon as it dips out from under the cloud, and it has this cannon at the bottom of it that is kind of like sort of rotating and aiming towards the ship, and it begins to lower itself a little bit broadside with the ship, maybe about 50 feet out on the water. It does have like skis, so when it reaches sort of close to the water, it like it's sort of bouncing on it. And
my goodness, damn you, Bowser!
Wow.
Does Rowan know these guys? What's going on?
Can we see that the people like on deck or any type of like, are they humans? Are they orcs? Like, there's no way to tell. Like,
You see, well, let's go down the list first. We'll start with Caspian, who got an 18.
Okay. He's going to kind of look around to place himself. So, like, from where the cannonball came from, just to get a good view of the attackers. Then he's going to cast a bit of mage armor, just to give himself a little bit of defense. And as he does kind of cast the spell, he gets the kind of shimmering ethereal armor that kind of then fades into just like this like kind of glowy mist around him. And at the same point, this ward comes up like a few inches away from that as well, kind of covering him.
What does this ward do?
It's just the abjuration ward. So, as an abjuration wizard, you get an arcane ward. When you cast an abjuration spell of first level or higher, you create a magical ward on yourself that lasts until you finish a long rest. And it takes damage instead of me until it reaches 0.
Very cool.
And then each time I cast an abjuration spell, it regains like health.
Okay. All right. After Caspian, it is Levi, and then Borbo, you're after.
Okay. Now I have an automatic rifle. Am I allowed to have that?
Yeah, you are.
Cool. So I'm going to rush to the closest edge that puts me within line of sight. And I'll steady my aim, not mechanically, but flavorfully. And I'm going to take a couple shots. Let me just make sure. Oh, no, I moved. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm just going to do that right now. Dude, sorry, I should know this. Rogues don't get sneak attack until what level? Oh, I do get it.
Yeah,
What the
level
fuck?
1?
It's immediately.
You know, it's probably the new D&D because it's not in the section that I remember it being. It's with attacks.
Yep.
I should have read this.
That's
What the
around.
fuck? You deal an extra to one who you hear about. Okay. So I'm gonna bonus action hide then if I can. If there's a part that I can like dip under, move, and then pop out somewhere else.
Yeah, there's like sections of the railing on the sides of the ship that are they have no bars. They're just like solid sort of planks. And you strategically sort of dip behind them where like barrels are and stuff, and pop out someplace else further up the ship.
All right. How far are they?
They're about, we'll say 50 feet out on the water.
Perfect.
Or above the water.
Uh, 15 to hit.
15 to hit, and so you're shooting the aircraft, right?
Yeah.
Okay. With a 15, you fire. It does hit the vehicle, but it bounces.
God damn it. I'll stay exactly where I am.
All right. Borbo.
So, what's the rundown? How far are they? I know they just landed, right? Kind of into the water.
Yeah, they're 50 feet away on the off one of the sides of the ship. We'll say the port side.
Do we have cannons?
There are cannons below the deck.
How big are they?
They're sizable cannons. I mean, to you, they're probably actually kind of maybe a little bit small, but we do have. There are 6 cannons on each side of the ship. This flying machine is relatively small by comparison to the galleon that you guys are on. So maybe only 1 to 2 of these cannons at a time are ever really in line with the flying vessel.
And the ship itself, how fast is the ship moving?
It's keeping pace with the ship you're on.
No, I mean like how fast is our ship moving? Like because Norm was considering jumping to the water, but obviously if the ships are going so far,
sails are open, they're unfurled. It's definitely going to get away from you if you jump in the water.
Okay. He wanted to kind of first thing he wanted to do is man their ship, but obviously he doesn't fit in a cannon. And so what he'll do is Rowan still I believe he's
I'm flying. I'm hovering here in the middle of my rage animation because it wasn't my turn yet.
Okay. I think I will get close to Rowan if I can, but I know he's flying, so just kind of underneath him. And I would like to cast, I believe it's a single turn recital. Let me pull out my little notes. Yeah, I think it's called Single Note Recital, and the note I would like to play is Elemental Resistance Up, which grants allies within about 10 feet gain resistance to one choice of my element, one choice, so it would be fire. So they get resistance to fire damage. Yeah.
Nice.
So anyone within my 10-meter radius would get resistance to fire damage after
He's
seeing
up
the
close to
explosion.
Rowan. That's just him then, 'cause he's up in the crow's nest.
Oh, is he too high? Probably.
Yeah, Rowan won't get the fire resistance, but you can pick. You can choose to be close enough to 2 of the other.
Yeah. Anyone else that I think he would just try to make sure people don't die from the freaking fire, the cannonballs. So he will definitely buff up.
Oh,
anyone
I'm behind Borbo. I'm hiding right behind him.
I will say you look up and you glance up at Rowan, and like even though he spiked that cannonball to the face, he doesn't look that hurt.
Okay. Besides that, I think.
Okay, big business.
Would I be able to do like some type of investigation check to see if there's any way for me to mount the other ship? Whether it's a jump or like realistically, is there anything I could do to?
You know that there are like boarding planks that you could use. There's also ropes that you could swing on, but typically like when ships go broadside, they're like relatively close. Like the planks go out 10 feet. The ropes might get you like a decent distance, but 50 is pretty far.
Well, that would because I already did my action, so that's my turn, right? Like if I jumped on a rope, it would be a bonus action, or would that be an actual action?
It would be part of your movement.
Okay, so
you haven't moved yet, so
yeah. So well, Borbo would like to grab a nearby rope and kind of just like get ready to beeline it to the edge, but like that's next turn kind of thing.
Yeah, cool. And after Borbo, it is Rowan.
So Rowan rages in the sky and looks over, sees this ship, this flying ship that comes down, and then now is water skis, and it's like kind of like choppering next to us. How many cannons does it have on it? Is it just the one that was like?
It has 1 cannon on it, and it's like a biplane sort of. It's got like these 2 parallel like sets of wings. And it also has like 2 like sets of helicopter blades on top of those. So it kind of has like it's like a regular plane but with like extra helicopter blades.
Yes.
And like
drone.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like a big drone, but so the underside is like where the deck is. It's like on the underside of the ship of the plane. And so it's kind of like this bigger platform, and it's got sort of like a deck area. So you can kind of see the people on the deck, and then at the bottom is the cannon.
All right. Well, I'm raging, so I don't care who the hell's on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Now, I want to do some shenanigans. So let me know if this shenanigan is too shenanigan-y. Can I gain extra movement in my turn by just dropping to the deck of the ship? So it'll hurt me.
Yeah.
But I'm raging, so maybe it would be half damage. Is what I'm hoping for. And then I would be able to fly the 50 feet because I have exactly 50 feet of movement. Fly 50 feet straight to the other ship.
I see. You drop it. Okay, so yeah, you can take the fall damage, and we've established in a previous campaign that raging and falling, you can reduce the damage.
It's physical damage, so
it's physical damage. So
yeah, but I regret that. I regret that to this day.
To this day.
Cannon now.
Okay, so I do that. I fall to the deck. I take I don't know how high the mast was, maybe 30 feet or so, probably. So that's 3d6.
Wait, let me just do a little holy moly, I didn't think they got that big.
For a large ship,
I'm like it's probably like 30 feet up. No,
like
apparently
50,
the main mast on the sailing ship named El Galeon is 120 feet tall. crazy. So we'll say, well, it's not that big. It's not that big. That seems like fucking ridiculous.
That's a big galleon. I don't know how big the ship I mean, how many crew are on this ship?
This is decent.
But like, what
I mean,
happens
don't ask me that question.
if you just fly 50 feet? But like at 50 feet, your character's not just gonna drop. You know, like can't you just like let go of your wings and just like kind of do a nice little glide? Like you set up like 35 feet like this, and then after your feet, you go like shh.
Oh yeah, just like halt my fall right at the end.
Yeah.
even?
Like it's not movement. It's just gravity. You know, just.
Yeah. Hey Peter, can I do that?
No, I prefer the dropping straight down and taking a bit of damage. That sounds like more fun to me.
Can I roll a sleight of hand as like a sleight of wing to take less damage?
Aren't you taking half damage? It's okay. It's just going to be 3d6. It's going to be 3d6.
Okay.
14 and then half, so 7 points of damage.
Okay, so 7 points of damage. That's okay.
Yeah, easy.
14 out of a possible 18? Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Wow,
You're rolling
yeah,
high.
not that easy. So I take that damage and doesn't phase Rowan. Rowan leaps forward. Prince of Persia Lost Crown style, almost like Blur behind him, as he will free action grab the rope from Borbo and start to bring it across the chasm. But basically making a line for you guys to follow behind him. And he's going to go directly to the cannon and tie the rope around the cannon.
The rope won't reach 50 feet, is what he's saying, though.
Oh, the rope doesn't reach? It's not like a 50-foot rope?
No, well, I mean, it's like a rope that's attached to like the mast or something that he would use to like swing across. I guess there could be like a rope on the deck of the ship, but that's
yeah. Is there a second rope on the deck of the ship?
But Borbo took the good rope, though. You know, he didn't take the crappy rope.
I'm trying to think.
The good rope.
I want to have an action when I get there, but I don't think I can have an action when I get there just because of what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah, you can freehand grab a rope on your way as you're flying, and it just so happens to be 50 feet long. This rope.
Well, here, let's not
suspend
the disbelief too much, right? I already dropped, and I'm doing shenanigans. I don't want too much. So what
I
I'll
love
do is
shenanigans.
I'll spend my action, and Rowan will quickly tie the ropes together. So now we have 2 ropes. Which hopefully will, if you want to roll a dice or something and luck check it to see if it's 50 feet. But then basically he'll fly across.
I just Googled like a D&D rope like length, and then it was like the first one that popped up was 50 feet. So
It is 50 feet.
Adventurer's back one is 50 feet.
But now you want to tie something? Okay, go ahead and make me like a quick.
Only if it wasn't 50 feet. If it is 50 feet,
50
I'm
feet.
fine.
50
Okay,
feet.
it's 50 feet. Just Borbo, hold on. Go forward, flying across. The rope is like trailing behind me, so that Borbo can kind of like grab on and have the other side of that rope. And I'm going to get to the cannon. And what I want to do is basically, since I have an action, I want to. And this is more shenanigans, but I want to bend the cannon. I want to like position it right in front of me and then be trying to bend this thing out of shape so it can't shoot.
You want to fuck up the cannon. Okay.
Yeah, and literally, if this isn't working, I want the cannon pointing right at my chest.
Okay. So go ahead and make me just like
Athletics.
give me an athletics.
Full-on strength check.
I mean this is, I feel like,
Remember, you have Bardic Inspiration. It's a D6
and a boon
and the hot sauce.
I also have advantage on this, so.
All right.
So then the boon doesn't really work.
Okay, I'll take the 22 and I'll add the Bardic for a 24. Oh, we said we have to use the boon on the next roll, so that means I do have to use it for this. So,
But
you already have advantage.
So
okay, I can't have triple advantage.
I feel like this came up before in the past. Actually, did it give triple advantage, or was it like they carried it over to another check?
I
think it's up to
honestly
you.
don't remember what we did.
I
Get
don't
carried
remember.
over.
You pick. You do what you want.
Yeah, let's carry it over.
All right, sounds good. So that's a 22 total. 24 total.
24.
Yeah.
You struggle to break this thing, and it is not. This thing is like cast iron, basically. It's
So I'm holding onto the rope. Just like yelling, red face, like trying to bend this thing, but I am still holding the rope and also holding the cannon here.
Yeah. And as you're doing that, though, you do hear kind of like these muffled little voices, and they go, "Hey, get off that! That's ours! Get off it, man!"
All right. Pass the turn.
After that, you from under the ship, you hear this voice kind of call out. It's actually like coming from the ship itself, not just like somebody aboard it. And he goes, "All right, listen up, everybody. I'm going to need you to stop this ship right now, or we're going to kill you all. We're going to kill you all. All right, stop this ship right now. All right, thank you." And that's the captain's turn.
It's very polite.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's get this thing into position, boys. And the ship kind of begins to move as it gets closer to the Curionimbus. It's going to get within about 20 feet, and then it's going to start rising up like over the ship. So it kind of like, and then pulls itself up. Now it's kind of just floating above the Curionimbus.
Right.
The rope is still trailing. You're still
50-foot rope. Yeah.
it's still trailing. It's basically just above the crow's nest. And as that happens, off the sides of the flying ship, Rowan, you see these ropes all drop down. 6 of these ropes, or 4, and 4 dudes drop down. They're wearing sort of like this like tight black armor, leather armor, studded, and they've got these like swords at their hilts, and they've got like a pistol too, and they're kind of bandanaed up. You can't really see their face. And 4 of them land on the deck of the ship. They immediately scatter to the nearest people. One of them is going to attack Borbo. One of them is going to attack Caspian. One of them is going to attack Trevor. And one of them is going to attack Gilbert.
Whoa!
Not Gilbert.
Gilbert! All right.
All that trouble about the rope, and it moved. Not only did it move closer, but it dropped its own ropes.
Is anyone being
Kidding
attacked?
me?
Is anyone being attacked near me? Like, is Caspian next to me?
Yeah, I think we'll say Caspian and Trevor are close to you.
Because I do have the Sentinel feature, so if he's being striked, I would be able to use my reaction to attack one of the schmucks.
Okay.
That's only if they're moving outside of your range of...
Oh, really?
If you get an opportunity attack, you can stop their movement.
It says, when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against attacking creature. Because I used it in Baldur's Gate, that's why
Okay. Yeah, well, hold on to that for now. You do still have your reaction. We're going to start with you, Borbo. 2 are going to attack you. Sorry, 1's going to attack you, but he's going to attack you twice. What's your AC?
10. Oh, wait, do I not have my armor equipped? Whoops.
Maybe equip that first. But he did get a 21.
I'm still not in my inventory. Well, I'm 10. Borbo's naked, it's canon.
Okay, so it hits.
Armor,
and you're going to take 6 points of slashing damage.
He has his fishing equipment on. That must be why.
Okay. Yeah, he just came out of the water
6, yeah.
before taking a nap by the icebox. And then the second one is going to be an 11, which does not hit.
Oh, my days. Okay.
Okay, so those are the 2 attacks. The next one attacks Caspian. For a 16 to hit.
16 is my AC.
19 to hit. Okay, so 2 hits. Borbo, are you gonna do your
Yeah,
thing?
well, I would like to use my reaction. I don't know if it works though, but that's after the attacks. I'm pretty sure. Like he still does a strike, and then I get an attack.
Okay, so first attack.
Yeah, I believe so.
And
Right
it would be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so the ward absorbs it.
Okay, and then for the second attack, do I roll the damage for the attack, Robert?
Yeah, I believe so. Like the attack still goes through. I think I just get an extra strike.
Okay,
I get to hit him.
Another 8.
8. Okay, so the ward does break, and I take the remaining damage.
Okay. So Caspian is being attacked. If you want to intercept, now would be the time.
Yeah, exactly. If I am reading this right, then I would be able to use my reaction to strike him with a melee attack.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure I have to still have the roll to hit and all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just 24. My days.
That's a hit.
Roll the damage. That's 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Yeah, so you wallop this guy over the top of his head with your big ass horn. Then one's going to attack Trevor.
I might as well use my reaction to cutting words since it's bound to be my turn. So I'm gonna. What's this guy who's attacked me? He's bandanaed.
Yeah, he's like looks like a swashbuckler. He's got a bandana. He's got this like leather armor. He's got these 2 scimitars. He's got them drawn.
Face me with your face, you ruffian.
And that's -4 to his attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, so that means he got a dirty 1 on his first hit. I think he like goes in and he goes to like slash at you. How do you avoid the attack? Or like he's just like kind of going in. He's sort of disregarding your words.
Instead of like dodging out of the way, can I like kind of like step in so that instead he like hits me with his arm, but it kind of like gets absorbed in, and then I just like push it out and step back. Whoop.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck? And then he's just gonna like take a moment and sort of like recoil at it, and then just try and stab you with his other hand. He still has the -4, right?
I don't know if that's how it works for both attacks with cutting words. What does it say? What does it say?
It might just be for the one.
I think it's just for the one.
Okay. So then he got a 13.
Yeah, the attack roll. 13?
Yeah.
Just misses, actually.
All right. And again, like you kind of maybe like pull him in. He's all covered in like some goop now. That's his turn. After that, it is the one's going to attack Gilbert. Gilbert is going to avoid both hits. And then after that, it is Trevor.
That's my boy.
Beautiful. The 4 that have dropped, how far are they from me, roughly?
Like the other, so there's one within 5 feet of you, and then the other 3. I don't know. We'll say that they're all within 15 feet.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, the one attacking Borbo and attacking Caspian, if Caspian and Trevor are within 10 feet of Rowan, means that the ones attacking them are within 10 feet of Trevor.
They're all within 60 feet of me, though, yes?
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to up the tempo and then slam the goop tom, and the gooey drum will release its burst, sending waves of gooey energy out. And they will have to succeed on a DC 15 saving throw, or they're restrained by goop tendrils.
Oh my. Oh my.
If they fail, They'll be restrained, but they can make DC 15 strength checks at the end of their turn to free themselves.
And this was you say a dex?
It's a dex to start and then a strength following.
Okay. Okay. So fail, 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 fail. They all fail.
Well, they're all restrained by my gooey goodness. I've got you, baby! And do I have a bonus action I can do? No, actually, I'm just gonna stand there real smug-like.
Beautiful.
And that's it.
Smugooey.
Smugooey.
Smugooey. And with that smugooey at the top of the round, we're going to take a little bio break before we get too deep into the freaking weeds.
I must stay.
We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Goodbye.